Go on ahead, Brian.
Yeah.
Go on ahead.
Just while Colin was working with you, my darling, can I speak just for a second? Would that be okay? As I was just being terribly nosy, really, and looking there into your auric field, the very first thing that I felt was you had this absolute love and compassion for children, but every child, you know, the real sense of lots of children are not necessarily those that have to be your own. Do you understand? Stand up for me, darling. Speak to Tony. I'm happy to speak with you, my darling.
I actually don't like children at all.
At all.
I've got one child and I don't like children.
Okay.
I don't.
You're not the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? No. Okay, I will give it to you as I see it in your auric field, if that's okay. Because within you, there is a great capacity for love. That's what I say.
No, I just love dogs. I'm
Okay.
crazy about dogs.
Yeah, I kind of
dogs
agree
you
with
do?
you, darling. I do. Yeah, me too.
Is it dogs?
I've been out with a few, but no, I do Allow me to work with you, darling, just a bit longer. Now, if in fact we are with you, maybe in fact your auric field, someone is dazzling your aura with their own, maybe they're sitting in front of you. But what I do know, darling, would you know in the past whether in fact your life or those near you, their lives have been blighted by a person that had a dependency on alcohol or with a problem with alcohol?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I could smell the sense of alcohol upon me. Now, I feel, my darling, that you are like a healer and a counsellor and a therapist in the making, darling, if it's not something you do already. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Love your dogs, darling, but remember you're a human and you must love people as well, okay? God bless you. Thank you.
I thought the show this evening was very interesting, and I would defy anybody who was a skeptic to walk out still a skeptic. At least their minds must have been widened in some way. I know mine certainly was, and I was just thrilled to have been read.
What I would say is that you've gone through a period of very flighty times when you haven't been able to fix yourself to one thing or the other. You've decided that you want a period in your life with much more stability.
I totally have been flighty previously in my life and want very much to be more stable, which I believe I am now.
I'm going to take you back 4 years and 4 months, because that shows me that that is the period where your period of instability started.
I didn't really relate to it at the time, but actually looking back, 4 years, 4 months, spot on to the day, yes, was a time when I actually had moved and was buying a house. So yes, that was completely correct.
Your life or those near you, their lives have been blighted by a person that had a dependency on alcohol or with a problem with alcohol.
Absolutely.
Okay.
My mother, you know, strong link with alcohol, which has been quite horrendous all throughout our lives, all of us children. So that was spot on.
Can my lady please stand up? Lovely. There you're up there. I don't know really why I in fact picked you up. I think because you look more desperate than the rest of them. No, it's not. It's not true. Not true at all, darling. Okay, I'll make a link here with you to begin with. Now, the very first thing I have here is rather a positive statement, because it seems to me the last couple of months have in fact been happier for you or more contented for you, but I only want to go back maybe 2, 3, 4 months ago, and it feels there like a very different story around 3 and 4 months ago. Do you understand where I'm going?
Yes, yes.
Are you sure of that, darling?
Yes.
Good. Now, even though I see that with you, darling, purely psychically, I can also see there that there has been a loss of a man in your life, but to the spirit world, darling, that you are still coping with the grief of this loss. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I know, my darling, again, as I see it here within your aura, you are still going through this strong sense of grieving, this strong sense of grief, and trying to move on successfully now with your life. And as I bring this information, my darling, it's a real sense that coming here today, having a psychic message is lovely for you, but really what you need is mediumship, darling. This is the difference. And what you need here is the closeness of the spirit people to be amongst you.
Would I be right in what I'm picking up here is that as this gentleman was leading up to the end of his life, there was so much indecision in the last 3 months about, you know, what was going to be done, should they do this, should they do that? And I get the feeling he said to you or to another close member of the family, I've actually got to the point now where I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Can you understand that?
I can, yeah.
You can understand that.
Do you also understand that he had lost a lot of weight there, darling, also, before he passed?
Definitely.
And I feel here that it was commented on that you could see his bones as he'd lost so much weight. Do you understand?
Yeah, I hadn't seen him for a few months, and he come round and...
I don't think we necessarily need to be on here for like a long time, but I just get the sense here as we go from the psychic into the mediumship, we realise the loss of this man is something you still need to deal with. Darling, I feel that you're a very good woman, a very hearty woman, a girl that's full of fun and laughter, and I know that one day that will soon return to you. So darling, just keep the lover's spirit about you, and I know you will find the you that used to be. Most certainly.
When he said, you needed this reading, and I was like, yes, I did. I needed to know that my uncle was okay. Something that I can tell my family when I go home. You know, it's quite emotional for me.
So darling, just keep the lover's spirit about you, and I know you will find the you that used to be.
There's just so many things that Tony and Colin both said that were just so accurate for people that it's amazing. I mean, it's really. I'm emotional anyway for my reading, but when they were talking to other people, I was so emotional for them as well. It is overwhelming when you know they get so many things right, and you just think, how do they know that? You know.
I get something else as well.
So have I. Okay.
Go on, you go and see if we're on the same
Would
thing.
any of you ladies know about a young lady that was found after she passed, but I feel she was found in a wooded area after she passed to the spirit?
There is something very mysterious about her passing,
Definitely,
or
I
not
feel.
quite, but I know that at her, and it must be fairly in recent years, because I feel that at her funeral, they played Robbie Williams singing Loving Angels. You know, the song Angels. Where are we? I heard someone call out. Call out to me. Thank you. My love, would you understand about a young lady found, passed in rather unusual or strange circumstances? Would you please be able to understand that they played Robbie Williams' Angels at her funeral? Right. I do feel there's something about a woodland or woods being important in her memories or to do with at the time of her passing.
Yeah, she lived with a bloke who lived near the woods just before she died.
There seems to be something that our young lady, or our lady is actually showing me here and saying, please can you get it through to everybody, I made my choices over who I chose to love. All right? And the reason why she wants to say that to you is because you're the only one that understands her choices of who she chose to love was her choice. And it didn't matter whether anybody else agreed or approved, it was her choice to make. Now, she wants to thank you for the fact is that you've stood her corner for her and said, you might all disagree with what she chose to do with her life, but it was her choice, and at least she lived it the way that she wanted to. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have to actually say to you that she wants to give her love to you for standing her corner for her and making or helping the family to understand she had lived her life the way she wanted to.
Yes, she did.
You can understand?
Yes.
I will leave her love to you, my love, darling, and say, I have no more to say to you but to pass her love on. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you.